Alright, here we are. My beta world that I've just dusted off after a few months. I figured instead of just getting drunk tonight, I'd hop on and see what I was up to last time I had my computer on. So this world I started a few months back. I played on it for a few weeks and then haven't had my computer on since. But here we are now. Quite a nice area. 30,000 blocks from spawn. So I've really got no plans for this. I'm just going to relax and build and talk about life. So maybe some people would like to listen to this to sleep or to have it as something on their other monitor while they're playing a different game. I know that I do that. I used to. So sit back and just listen to my voice for a little while. I just made a cup of tea. It's really nice. It's nettle, peppermint, fennel, and licorice. Some honey. I might put a video of me making it on top of the screen. But other than that, here we are. I've got this wall I was working on. A lot of bricks. I don't have many left, unfortunately. So I might have to go find some clay. That's okay. The only bad thing is I don't really remember where I've been and haven't been to get the clay. But that's whatever. Now, I want to keep this sort of as unedited as possible, perhaps, unless I really have moments where I'm doing boring grinding or I don't say anything, because I don't really like editing, and to be honest, the idea for me to do this came to me last night because I couldn't sleep, which happens. Yeah, sometimes you just toss and turn and end up laying there with your eyes closed until the sun rises, but that's okay. And I thought, trying to think of something to distract myself, and I thought of doing something like this. Obviously inspired by channels like Blonsky or Dalco. Looks nice. But yeah, just talk about life, and it's funny now that I'm sitting here talking, I've forgotten all the things that I sort of planned to talk about while I was laying in bed last night, trying to fall asleep. But yeah, it's alright. So that is really nice. Gonna be a lot of ums and ahs. Might be a staple. Ooh. Oh wow, you are loud. I think I will get some resources and I want to get clay, but I want to build more. I think I want to build more. Yeah, let's build more. I've had an idea for what I want to do in this room because I don't really know. Have a chandelier hanging from the ceiling, of course. That will go outside, which it already does, and that will go, I don't know. At the back, I want to have a way up to the rest of the castle, which will be on this mountain, which I should show off a little bit more. Here we are. It's not huge. I sort of regret not finding a more interesting place now because it's very barren. It's this small feature. I was so adamant on living in the snow. I'm right on the edge of it. This is the only interesting thing I found, and I explored a lot. But there is some very cool terrain a few hundred blocks that way that I'd like to build around. I can build a minecart track over there at some point and do that. So, as for what I want to do in here, I think. Ooh, creepy. I think what I'd like is to have two sets of stairs, slab stairs, coming up to a central platform, and then to have a spiral staircase coming out the back. It'll be sticking out a bit, but I might have to do some terraforming, but that is okay. So I think I'll start by just knocking all this out. Use my iron pick till it breaks. I've got a diamond one. So what I wanted to really talk about is nothing. I mean, I pretty much just got home from work, made a new channel, set up a OBS again, and here I am. No real plan, but I think it's sort of good like that, because you're not worrying about a script or you know, something that you want to talk about, or maybe didn't know how to, or I'm not very good with words, but that's okay. I'm going to keep all of this in. But summer has just started where I live. If you can't tell by my accent, then sorry about that. That my sister just came in to give me something. But I don't remember where I was. Oh, yeah, summer. Summer has just started. Today's the 3rd of December that I'm recording this. I don't know how quickly I'll get it out, but I am really excited. I never used to like summer much. And I really hated the beach when I was younger, which is so strange now because I have grown to just absolutely love it, and I'm really excited to be able to go for a swim after work, or go snorkeling on a Saturday morning if there aren't too many tourists about. It's just it's small things like that that um, really make you appreciate, you know, just how lucky you might be to live in a place that someone else might, you know, dream of. Because life does have a funny way of taking you and showing you things that it wants you to see, which sounds really cliche, you know, hippie stuff, but it really is true, and I've learnt that a lot over this past year. That by not so much getting out of your comfort zone, but letting uncomfortable things sort of into your life that maybe you're not so sure about, that you might find that you really enjoy them. And you'd never know if you'd never try. So it's always good to, I'd say, try everything once. Alright, so this is open a bit more now. Still might have to... I'm not a very great builder. Just a warning right there. But that's fine, I never claimed to be. And that's, I suppose, all part of this, is I'll get better at doing something by doing it. I'm very thankful there's no pickaxe breaking sound in this version, which is beta 1.7.3, by the way. The late and great, well, not really late, still around, still play it. But yes, these old versions of Minecraft are very nostalgic to me. I remember when I was quite young, over 10 years ago, playing old scuffed versions in my grandparents' place on their office computer, my sister, and just having absolutely no idea what we were doing or what any of this was. And confession time, I have never actually beaten the game. I've never killed the dragon. I've never even been close. And I was always far too scared to as a child. The game just really creeped me out in progressing through such dark and scary things, which obviously I'm certain I could beat the game quite easily now. But it's beside the point. It's that it was the own meaning that I derived from it, and what I wanted out of it, and what I wanted out of it wasn't to kill a boss or the final boss. It was to just explore a little bit and wonder at this thing on the screen in front of me, which is kind of ironic now, considering I hardly use my computer anymore. But okay, here we are again. I stepped out for a minute to have something to eat and a cigarette and to write my journal before it got too dark. So, where was I? I had hardly made any progress today, but you know, that's kind of the fun of it. What is this? Spruce. think I'll get some oak to use for the floor, since I'd like to save the spruce for the texture. But there we are. My little forest. So I actually don't remember what I was just talking about earlier, which is fine. But journaling, something that I used to do sort of a bit earlier in the year after some things happened in life that I felt I needed to sort of manage, not manage, but to just take time for myself to process things. And since October, I've been journaling again, and it's really a nice thing. Like, it's, I wouldn't say therapeutic, because sometimes you don't have anything to write about, you don't feel like writing, and you end up just sitting and looking at a page, and then at that point you might as well do something else, because then the point of it's sort of defeated. But when the mood is there for it, it's a very nice thing to take the time out of your day to reflect. Even, I think that's a big part of it for me, is just reflecting on my day, and drawing illustrations and whatever's left of the page too. I quite like doing that. Ooh. Sorry. I'll just sleep once the sun sets. Excuse you. Okay. I'll come in and get back to work. This is gonna look cool. Where it's going to turn out, I don't really know yet. Gravel, yes. I think I'll knock these out. Oh god, the stairs. It doesn't seem to matter what I use for the pumpkin. There we are. So, okay. Take you out. Ooh, forgot about that. God, I'm not thinking straight. See, now I'm thinking about what to say, and it's choking me out. I shouldn't worry. I think it's also quite hot in my room right now. Sort of forget how hot it gets in here with the computer turned on. And I think having my fan on will affect the sound of my voice a little bit, but I'll have to test a little bit more on that in the future. So let's get this pattern continued. Like so. Yeah. Okay. I think I need to knock this out so I can see what I'm doing. That's nice. Okay. Hmm. I think the best thing to do is probably to just start sort of like that. I don't know. Sure how high I want it either. Maybe not much higher than that, actually. Is that right? My terrible memory. Like that of a goldfish. Yeah. Oh. All out of slabs. Yeah, I'm liking that so far. I never remember the fastest way of doing that. I just use both mouse buttons. Yeah, okay. Yes, I know I have a shovel. Not anymore. Fill this in with dirt. Oh, use cobble. I've got so much. It's coming out of my ears. Oh wow, I'm going to need. I'd like to have at least the front of this slabs. I think. Maybe. And maybe a mix of stone and gravel up the top. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could turn those off. Oh, they're scary. They're just so loud. I should make another shuffle. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'll sprinkle stone blocks in this. Just at random. But it feels right. It's not a great combination, but I actually kind of enjoy how that looks. Yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah, I like that. think I'll have a fence along the front. That will kind of set the scene a little bit. If I can remember, fences just sticks. Yes. I think. Better have more than enough. Yeah. Yeah. You can't place torches on these, can you? Oh, thank God. Huh. That's nice. So I'll set up an area back here for a large spiral staircase, which will be a pretty big project in of itself. Definitely gonna knock this back some more. More pickaxes. But while I'm going to be mining, I think I'd like to talk about sort of the direction that we feel like we want to go, and that the direction we are going. Because in this last I'd say a little over 12 months of my life, maybe 13 or 14 months, a lot has changed, and I've changed in that time quite a bit for the better, I think. But maybe to others, not so much. And I think what I really want to try and get at, I've got a bed, is that it takes a lot of courage to really let go, and to just let good things find you, in the sense that if you try too hard to make something happen, then it's probably not meant to be, or never was meant to be, which is sad in some ways. It can be sad, but and of course it doesn't mean you shouldn't fight for things that you want or that you care for and whatnot. But I mean, there are definitely certain things, big things, that will come to you, and they may not always be in the form that you're expecting, which I think is really quite special. That you just don't know, and I think not knowing is a really beautiful thing. Now, it's very nice to have a comfortable and a stable life, and I'm very thankful for what I have, don't get me wrong. But it also feels really good to not know, and to let go. Just like I don't know about pigs thinking are down there. Now, Is this enough room? How? I'm not quite sure how big I want this to be. At least 3 blocks wide. Maybe I'll have to come back to here. I'll have to take all this out. Okay, I can do that. The music is just so relaxing. It's another very important aspect of personal growth in life is music. I'm lucky enough to be in a band that I really enjoy, but I won't share at this stage. You don't know me well enough yet. But I play bass, and there's some really great people. And I've found that while the music I listen to doesn't generally align with the music we play, it's still a really, really great outlet. God, spiral stairs. Yikes. That seems right. Ooh, I'm gonna have to smelt some more stone. But like I was saying, the music that I've taken to, I've definitely found myself falling in love with the 60s and 70s generally. Bands like The Doors or The Who, Rolling Stones, The Beatles, music like that. That, not to say that people can't enjoy what music they want, but I've definitely taken to my particular genre, and I feel like the music you listen to sort of shapes you in a way, maybe more so than you might think, because you can generally look at someone, I feel, and most of the time you can generally get pretty close as to what genre they listen to. Not always, of course. Sometimes you might get a huge curveball and be way off, but oh god, I hope this will work. But yes. God. Trust me. This will get easier. I'm a big believer in trusting the process. And I know that with time, filling in space, or maybe not, you don't always have to fill in empty space. It's only awkward if you make it. But it sounded like I was going to say something there, but I wasn't. I just like thinking out loud. Oh, what a beautiful sound. Yeah, that is cool. Maybe I'll knock this to come back so you can see it rising more. But that is what I pictured. Big grand. Yeah. I really don't have any vision for how any of this is going to turn out. Like none of this, I have no idea. It's just going to happen how it happens. Let what will be be. Yeah. Oh, yes. Playing on peaceful mode. Only because um, embarrassingly, over where my little storage area is, I was going to sleep, and even though it's lit up, I had a nightmare and woke up and I got jumped and a creeper blew up the bed, and I had not written down the coordinates at that stage because I just sort of got in and started setting up, and I was as beside myself. I shouldn't say not beside myself. I'm trying to incorporate some non-crude language that I normally would use in my vocabulary. Not for any reason that I don't think the audience would mind, but I think for these videos I'd like to keep it somewhat modest with my language. But yeah, I was freaking out because I just spent so long traveling these thousands of blocks, and I had no idea. And I was lucky enough to get my bearings at spawn again and find a couple of landmarks that led me a long ways around, retrace my steps when really in a straight line. It wasn't quite as far as it had to be. So just while I'm building, I like to keep on peaceful mode. Oh, these days feel so short. It's quite the contrast to how it is this time of year now, where the days are getting quite long. It's not getting dark until 8:30 at night. And the longest day of the year is just around the corner, actually, on the 22nd, our summer solstice. And then days are going to start getting shorter again after that. Feels like it was not so long ago that it was the shortest day of the year, and already it's about to be 2026. I sometimes still have to catch myself when I am writing a date or a year that I don't write 2020 or 2021, because that was 5 years ago, and 5 years is not a short amount of time. Let's just say that. Lot happens in 5 years, let me tell you. But I feel like I'm not alone in feeling that sort of time jumping, especially since the pandemic, and I was still in school at that time, and that really threw everything out of whack. Stone. Yeah, it was a really tough time, but here to tell the tale, still breathing. Actually, went quite a long time without having COVID. I only got it earlier this year, actually. Only I don't remember now. Some months ago, and it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as I was expecting, which is good, of course. But it seems to just be a part of life now. Just like a cold, every year it'll go around, and humanity's still here. It'll take a lot more than that to take us out. It's actually a saying that I enjoy is, everyone knows what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but what I prefer is what doesn't kill you is going to have to try a lot harder than that. Because, well, if it doesn't kill you, then didn't do a very good job. I love the look of this stone. I'm going to have to get rid of that. I only went in to get some glowstone and netherrack, which I haven't even used yet, so I'm not sure why I bothered to do it so soon. Okay, here we are. Oh, this is gonna look cool from... I might have to have some large windows or something so you can see the stairs from the outside. Let's do... There we go. That should tide us over for a while. We'll need a new shovel. Hello. And a new pickaxe. Lovely. Should empty my inventory a little bit more. Sorry, OCD. Okay. I'm hoping as if I continue this, I don't really care how it performs. It's not the point of it. For me, the point is to give myself something to do and some place to talk about. Just nothing really, as you can already tell by the 45 minutes I've spent just talking about nothing. Oh, so close. It's funny. I know I did say this just before, but I was thinking of so much stuff to say while I was tossing and turning last night, and it all completely escaped me as soon as I hit the record button. And it seems to always be that way. I do have another YouTube channel, which I won't link because I haven't uploaded on it in a long time, and it is not something I want to focus on anymore. And I'd like this to be a standalone thing because really it deserves to be, and I don't want to be associated with the content I made on that channel. There's nothing to say is wrong with it. It's just quite a far cry from this project. I'm not sure how high I need this to be. I'm thinking maybe here so I can step out. I think that might be the play. Come out into a hall sort of room here. Maybe a little tunnel to incorporate more into the mountain. How high am I? I've got plenty of room to build another spire. A taller one maybe here. I think so. And I definitely would like to repopulate this forest, make this forest here. It's unfortunate that these taller trees don't generate out of the saplings, so I might have to make a few custom trees if it comes to it, if it still looks a bit bland, but that's fine. The staircase is done. And it's quite, yeah, it's functional. Now it's going to be doing the walls, incorporating the rest of it. But that's what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Commandeer some slabs from you. Oh, I have another shovel. Pays to look, doesn't it? I'll take you away some more so I can see. It's very difficult to picture a big hole in the wall over there. I suppose I will make an effort to at least... Oh, pretty much, yeah, I've got the stone. Trying to fill this in as much as possible to get a better idea of what it will look like. I must remember I need blocks above for the slabs to slot into. Yeah, okay. Just like so. Let me come and do... Oh, please don't do that. And two. Okay. I'm not crazy. Well, maybe a little bit, but I believe that everyone's a little bit I believe everyone's weird. People are weird. It's just some people are more comfortable to embrace that than others. I generally like to express myself with the way I talk and the clothes that I wear and the things that I do. And really do what you like as long as you don't hurt anyone and you feel comfortable and you're happy. Yeah, okay. Oh. Do I? Hmm. Hmm. I want to continue this stair trend. I'm not too sure. I don't really love that it's going to take away some of the room. See how it looks. Could always make this a little bit wider. I think that's okay. Just because, yes, it looks better with these sunken in a little bit. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty happy. Definitely have to sort out the roof. Thank you, sir. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Is that like... Okay. Hmm. Some more torches. I'll have... Should I want them? Yeah. That's pretty cozy. Let me go look from down the ice. Actually, I can jump off this because I'll regen. Oh, or not even take damage. Oh! Ooh. Hey. There's obviously going to be a tower. Oh. Maybe that could be a spire. A really tall tower. Hmm. God, I don't know now. Would that look... That look cool? Yeah. Ah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll leave it for now and I can always come back to it. I'm still not sure what the top of this is going to look like. I think I want it to be a sort of dome. It'll come over, sort of over this pathway, of a sort of dome roof. And I'll terraform this and probably have it go around the other side. Okay. I do feel a little bit guilty having started on a world that I've already played on, but I feel like it's, for me, it's a bit more meaningful to pick this up at this point in my life after some things that have happened, and to use this same world in the way that I used it before as just a little escape. I don't like to use the word escape because I definitely am not one to try to run from my problems. If anything, I'd rather run into them, especially if I know that it'll bring me change, because sometimes you need to run into something to change who you are into someone that is stronger and is wiser. Yeah, I like this. I suppose now that we're up here, we'll head over, check the farm. Anything fun there? Oh, hello. Forgot I had dogs. I heard him barking earlier, didn't know where he was. Oh, it's been trampled a little bit. That's okay. I don't really need this farm at all. I would like to propagate some fields, because the golden fields do look very pretty. And if I do change difficulty back up again, the bread is a very easy food source. Yeah, here we are. I have one look in here. The quarry that I have been mining at. Some iron that I didn't grab for some reason. And a little room with a bed. My diamond mine down there, which has been quite productive. And a second level of quarry. There's nothing in there. But I'm just going to take out tiers. Oh, God, I love that. That bug where your footsteps get saved up when you step down. Haha, off the edge of blocks. I'd planned to record for longer, actually. Oh, you might recognize that rose. Yes, I'd planned to record for longer, but a couple of things sort of come up on me. But it's going for an hour now, and I think I'd away from you. Like to try and keep these longer and as unedited as possible, again, because I just don't like editing, and I feel like raw, sort of unfiltered content, excuse me, is a little bit more, it's natural, like, even if it might be a little bit awkward or a little bit sparse if I don't talk, or don't talk about the things I even planned on talking about. But that's the fun of it, you know. That's the fun of it for me, at least. It's I think it's more special that way. So I've made some progress. Definitely won't always be making progress like that. Like if I have to look for clay, I'll probably be walking around for an hour talking about nothing, looking for clay because I really can't remember where I've been to look for clay. I don't even know where to begin. And I'm going to need a lot of bricks to finish this. But I think I'll leave it there because it's getting pretty late, and I do like to rise nice and early, get up and enjoy the morning sun, which I highly recommend for any night owls. Just even if you still go to bed late, just set an early alarm and just crawl out of bed even if you're tired and just sit in the morning sun. And if you'd like a cup of tea, or if you eat your breakfast outside, or if you just want to sit there and just take a deep breath and enjoy it, it really is a marvelous thing. So yeah, I will leave it there, and hopefully if you find this somewhat comforting and enjoyable, or even just let's see an hour of video to stick on, that you enjoy it and you'll like to see more of it.